and his current role as John Morris in El Recluso. Please welcome Guy Ecker.
Oh my God.
One of the most famous film and television and theater actresses in Mexico and all over the world. She has worked in the United States, Spain, Colombia, Argentina, and Brazil. Currently, she can be seen in the film American Curious and in Perfectos Desconocidos, a remake of the successful Italian film. Playing the role of Frida in El Recluso, please welcome Ana Claudia Talancón. And currently starring opposite of Clint Eastwood and Bradley Cooper in the feature film The Mule, and shooting season 2 of Netflix Lost in Space, making his Spanish language debut in El Recluso as Lázaro Mendoza. Please welcome Argentinian-born, Mexico City-raised actor Ignacio Cerriquio. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for joining us here today. I'm gonna just open the conversation because I think there's a lot to cover, a lot to talk about. This is another project by Telemundo that I think is pushing the boundaries. And sorry, I can't see because of the lights. And I think it's interesting how we have been redefining Hispanic media in so many ways, and I think El Recluso is, in a way, sort of our next huge bet. So I'm going to start with Peter. And
Sure.
Peter, tell us a little bit about Telemundo International Studios, which is the unit behind this project, and then, of course, how El Recluso became the first series that Telemundo International Studios wanted to embark on.
Sure. Well, thanks, and thank you all for joining us tonight. It's a really exciting moment for us. Essentially, this is part of the Telemundo family, and Telemundo's had a long history of being a disruptor. Disrupting in the way that we created series that actually continued on and on into multiple years, which had never been done before, creating formats and different topics and things that really had never appeared in Hispanic television. So coming out of that legacy, that heritage, this idea that Marco Santana had, who's the president of both Telemundo International Studios, round of applause for Marco, Global Studios, was to create a place where we could tell stories that really represent the new form of media consumption in this country, understanding that our audience, the audience of Telemundo Studios, and the audience of media in general is not just watching shows in one place or another. Whether they're watching Ignacio on Netflix or on broadcast television, they're seeing all of the different talented people in their formats in English and in Spanish and in many different places. So Marcos' idea was to create a home for these stories and to sort of pivot a little bit into even shorter formats, high quality, super premium products that we could create that would be representative of today's marketplace. And so El Recluso, which is actually comes from a very famous Argentinian show, El Marginal, which was actually created and produced by Sebastián Ortega of Underground Productions, is our first production. And Telemundo Studios only launched in 2016, and this is our first production. We're very excited about it. And in this particular one, Marcos worked alongside Sebastián Ortega, Ina Payan, Ana Paula Valdivinos, who's here tonight. I don't know, what's Ana Paula right there? And really, this is a signal, a sign of what this new studio is capable of. And we look towards the future to continue to mix together